Hello everyone, it is your girl O'Shea and you are tuning into O'Shea Speaks. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. If you are new to my channel, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Welcome. So glad that you're here. If you're a returning subscriber, what's up, O Squad? It's been a while per usual, but that is okay. We're back with another video. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be wonderful. So yeah. So y'all know I'm hype. Y'all know I'm listen, 30 more days. 30 more days until graduation. Oh my God. Literally, there are so many emotions, all tied into one. And despite like everything going on, like the biggest main emotion is like, wow, finished, done, another goal accomplished. So I'm like so hyped. I mean, there's just so many emotions. So literally, the big thing that everybody's talking about, of course, is the fact that everybody that's graduating this spring, we are not going to be able to walk. We are not going to have a graduation ceremony because of the coronavirus. So that is kind of in the mix of emotions because it's like all this hard work for the last 2 years. You know, the ceremony, the graduation, you know, family coming, having a party and stuff, you know, you want to celebrate your hard work. But nevertheless, it's still a great accomplishment. I still have a lot of excitement for it because I know what the future holds for me. And I know like this is still a great accomplishment regardless of being able to celebrate it or not. And I know that once this coronavirus is over, then we gonna celebrate. We gonna turn up. You know what I'm saying? We gonna praise the Lord. I mean, we praising the Lord now. But you get what I'm saying? Like it is gonna be okay. And that goes to everyone, anybody that's been really affected by this as far as like big things happening or were supposed to happen and they didn't happen because of this, like graduation or weddings or birthdays. My birthday was last week and your girl was in the house. I had vacation. I was supposed to be just getting back from vacation today. That got canceled. And then of course, graduation ceremonies for the spring have been postponed. So it definitely sucks, but y'all hang in there. And as hard as it is to remember, everything happens for a reason. And right now in this season, in this reason, we might not be able to see God's purpose, but I'm telling you, there is a reason. There is a reason. And the reason why we don't need to worry and stress and stuff, the main reason is because of God. There is a God. Okay, he's gonna take care of us. So right now we may not be able to stand, but boo, he got the whole world in his hands. Okay. So we're gonna get into this video. So I thought it would be cool to kind of talk about what my preparation for post-grad or post-MSW is looking like right now, because graduation is right around the corner, a month away. Yes, I'm gonna have those lovely letters behind my name, but it's time to start preparing for what's next. Start to prepare for jobs and location changes and I mean literally just a plethora of different things. So I thought it would be cool if I came up with like a kind of a list of the things that I'm doing right now in preparation for my graduation, and hopefully this helps somebody else. Maybe you're about to graduate with your MSW or just graduate college or grad school, or maybe you're looking into getting your MSW and you want to know like what it's gonna look like once you get it. So yeah, let's just get into it. All right, so basically the biggest thing right now for me is, well, not necessarily for me, but the biggest thing right now with people that's graduating is looking for a job. Like that's like the main thing. So it's time to start. Well, it's really not time to start. Truthfully, honestly, applications for jobs should have been going out like last month or even a month before, just depending, because you got to think of the job process. Like, you know, I've been out of college, well, undergrad, for like 4 years now, and the post-grad job process is so long. Like, you will put an application in and not hear back from that job for 3-4 months, and that's just kind of how it works sometimes. So really being proactive and starting, like, I would say at least two months before your graduation, start putting in those applications. Even though you don't necessarily have your degree on those applications, you know, it's always places on your resume to put expected graduation date, so-and-so, so-and-so, because a lot of the times you can go in, you can interview, and then you can get that job and they be like, okay, you graduating on May 8th, but we need you to start May 9th. And you be like, okay, cool, you know? So go ahead and put them applications in. So that's what that has looked like for me. Luckily, I have a job already. However, of course, I'm always looking for ways to advance and ways to, you know, increase my knowledge and abilities, my skill set. So the job hunt has been pretty easy for me, just because I kind of know I have something to fall back on, but I also know that there's other aspirations that I have for different things that I want to do in social work. So as I mentioned in a previous video, right now I'm intensive in-home case manager. And again, that's really entry level. However, it is giving me the opportunity to learn and gain the skills that I need to become a better social worker. So that's my job right now. My future goal, or the jobs that I'm looking at, is to become like a lead therapist or lead case manager. So basically, like with my job, there's a team of 3, and there's like the lead MSW, LCSWA, or LCSW, the licensed person, and then you have the 2 QPs, which is me and then another person. So I'm like on the bottom of that triangle. So my job search right now is finding opportunities where I can be on the top of that triangle now that I have my MSW degree. Oh wow, that sounded crazy. I said now that I have my MSW. Wow. Sorry, it just kind of hit me. But yeah, so like definitely looking for positions where I can like be there, and you know, hopefully the opportunity presents itself once I get my MSW and at my job. So maybe I could just scoot on up to a position. But you know, those are my goals. And additional to that, I also have a desire to do hospital social work. And I know there's a lot of opportunities for like PRN hospital social work and, you know, working in an emergency department, things that are really, really flexible, so I can keep my full-time job, my benefits and things like that. That's also going to benefit me in other ways, and also adventure out into other areas of social work. So those are the kind of jobs that I've been applying to. So hospital social workers, lead therapist positions, things like that. Those are kind of the jobs that I've been applying to for the last few months. And you know, we just going with God's flow. We just letting him direct us. I'm putting in them applications. I know what's supposed to be is gonna be, because that's what the Lord said. So, period. The next thing that kind of goes with the first thing was applying for jobs. So, in order to apply for the jobs, you need to have a resume and a cover letter. Again, this is something that you really should have, you know, as you have gone along your MSW degree, hopefully your school has given you opportunities to have trainings and classes and things like that. And as you're gaining those things, even though you may not be working in the field or actually, you know, have some concrete work experience on your resume, you still should be putting all the stuff that you learn, figure out how to put it on your resume, figure out how to make it sound good, figure out how to make yourself appealing, you know, to the jobs that you're applying to. So really throughout your MSW program, you should have been updating that resume. As soon as you took a continuing education course or some class or some training that your school has offered, put them things on your resume, because it's gonna make a difference. So and that goes to show that while you're in your MSW program, as hectic and busy as it is, stay like vigilant on, they send so many emails and so many things. NASW They send things all the time for those opportunities. Look for those things, because even though you're not working right now, even though you're in school, it's gonna benefit you to say, hey, but I took this class, I learned person-centered training, I learned CBT therapy, I learned this, I learned that. You know what I'm saying? Take those opportunities so your time in your MSW program doesn't go vain. Not to say that it doesn't matter, but you know, on your resume, you're gonna have to show what you've been doing to prepare yourself for that job that you're applying to. And then with that being said, like, to focus more on the resume, I actually have one of my exit assignments is to put together a portfolio for myself. And so my field professor kind of came up with, well, he didn't come up with, but he provided us with information about different resumes that you may have if you're applying to these jobs. So the first resume he said was a functional resume. So this is kind of what I was talking before. So this is really going to highlight your skills and your abilities, because maybe you don't have any experience. You may be somebody who went straight from undergrad right to grad school. So you just been in school for all this time. Now you're about to graduate and you're like, all I really have is my internship experience. I don't have any like paid experience. So you might want to do a functional resume where it really highlights your skills, you know, your abilities, the things that you have learned, you know, the things that you have perfected and practiced. Those are the type of things that you want to put on a functional resume. And those are usually for people who don't really have a lot of experience. The next kind of resume he told us about is the reverse chronological resume. So this is just like a regular resume, right? So you start with your most recent position, your current position, and you list down to your past positions. You talk about what you did, you know, what your title was, things like that. Of course, make sure you're trying to, with those positions, try to hit something, that job application you're applying for. Each position, try to hit something in that job application to just show that you have that experience with some of the things that they're expecting and requiring for that position. But yeah, this is just this is just normal resume. This is if you have experience, you've been working, even if, you know, it's not necessarily in the social work field, but you have some kind of work experience, put that on your resume. And, you know, chronological order, most recent. Hopefully you don't have too many like really, really short jumping around like bop, 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 things on your resume, because as somebody who actually have done interviews, have done processes for screening applicants and stuff like that, you know, that's something that we look for too. Like, okay, you have a lot of experience, but every 3 months you hopping around from A, B, C, D. So what's up with that? You know, try to have a smooth flowing resume. And then the third thing, which is more so what my resume looks like, is a combination resume. So that basically makes sense. So you're gonna combine the functional resume with the chronological resume. So the reason why mine is combined is because I have work experience, but it's not all in social work. But I have a good bit of at least 3 to 4 years of consistent work experience. And then on top of that, I also have a lot of things that I did while I was in my MSW program, a lot of trainings that I was able to participate in, a lot of classes I was able to participate in that I want to showcase on my resume. Because some resumes, you know, their heaviness or the bulk of their resume is the experience, right? So you have somebody coming in, an MSW who has 20 years experience. They've been in the game for a while, you know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be the bulk of what pulls that person in, what gets that applicant to be seen, because they have all that experience. So somebody who, like me, who doesn't really have a long bit of experience, but I can combine it with the trainings and the things that I've learned, it kind of gives me the bulk of what my resume will be like. And one more thing that I am preparing for, because the grind never stops, is my LCSW. So I want to, long term, I want to do private practice like every other clinical social worker, right, wants to be a therapist. I want to have my own private practice. LCSW is my next goal. So right now I'm preparing my LCSWA application. So that includes getting recommendation letters. That includes getting the application fee, Lord have mercy, getting the application together, sending it off, getting my transcripts and, you know, my degree configured. Is that the word? Configured. So I can go ahead and apply for that. And then even with that, there's a lot of different tips and things that goes into doing that as well. And since I don't have my LCSWA, I don't have much information. I only can provide the information that has been given to me. So a lot of the people say, you know, it's really, really simple and easy to apply for the LCSWA. Make sure you have good recommendations, you know, people that are credible, people that, you know, don't have any conflict or issues on their license or on their MSW, things like that. You know, of course, make sure you save up because the application fee is not cheap. I want to say it's around $200 something, maybe less, maybe more. I'm not sure off the top of my head. And then completing your application out in its entirety, and then making sure you are able to get them transcripts from your school, boo-boo. Make sure you're able to get that degree configured as soon as possible so you can go ahead and send that stuff in, because it takes a long time for them to process the LCSWA. And that's gonna be something that's gonna look really, really great on your resume. Even if you put on your resume, like for me, for example, my resume says intends to apply for LCSW, or, you know, obtaining LCSWA upon job, things like that, you know, it's gonna look really, really good. So the sooner you can get it done, the better. Now, with that being said, some advice that I've also been giving with the LCSWA is, of course, you know, well, you may not know, but with the LCSWA, there are hours, there's a big test, there's things that come with getting your full license. And I've just been advised that when you're applying for your LCSWA, you know, you have a certain amount of time that you have to get your hours and take that test. And a lot of the times people apply for LCSWA and then they don't get positions or different MSW roles that can count for those clinical hours. So some people suggest get that job, put on there that you're intending to apply for LCSWA upon receiving the offer of the position, just so you don't run out of time. Because I've had people tell me, like, they applied for the LCSWA, it was great, it was wonderful, but then they went and got this non-clinical MSW position, and those hours do not count towards the LCSWA. So now they're gonna have to apply for more time so they can get those hours, and they just wish that they would have had a job secure that would, you know, go towards that LCSWA or go towards that LCSW, so they wouldn't have to, you know, extend the time, things like that. Luckily, like I said, and this is kind of why I'm not too shook about the job thing, the position that I'm in right now, it's clinical, it's therapy, you know, it's diagnosing, things like that. So it's gonna count towards my LCSWA. So I'm like, okay, I'm applying, I already got the job that can apply for, you know, that can count for it. So I've kind of been blessed to be put in a position like that. But for those who are, you know, new to getting jobs, things like that, keep those things in mind, because in the long run it's gonna make a difference. So yeah, that's one thing that I'm preparing for. And then, you know, just keep updated on the different licensure processes and stuff, because I'm in North Carolina, so there's a lot of changes going on, like as far as when we can take the test and how many hours we have to get before we take the test, or can we take the test beforehand, different things like that. So I'm juggling, trying to figure out, you know, what's going to be the best strategy for me with taking the test. And there's so much that I can say about the LCSWA process. I think that I probably maybe will do a video, because once I get my MSW, I mean, I'll still make videos on MSW, being a grad student, being a social worker, but the next big thing, or the next big goal for me, is getting my full license. So I'll talk about what that experience will be like for me. But yeah, so, oh my God, that was a mouthful. And that was a lot. Well, it really wasn't a lot. I think it was 3 things: resume, applying for jobs, applying for your LCSWA. Yeah, so now I've applied for graduation. I still got to pay that $55. I don't know if they're going to get that, because we ain't even walking in no ceremony. Which I'm just like, what y'all still need the money for? If we ain't even having no ceremony, just go ahead and mail me my degree. But applied for graduation. So far, so good. Been approved. You know, I mean, they already charged me, so obviously that means I must be graduating. Me and my friends are so hype about being done, being able to put them letters behind that name, honey. Get that job, honey. It's all coming together. It's been a long 2 years. It's been a long 2 years. I ain't know sometimes if I was gonna make it, but by the grace of God, I made it. I kept that goal at the forefront of my mind. I know what being a social worker means for me and what I want to do for other people. And that's why I chose this path. So it really is, like I said, there's overwhelming emotions about being able to be done with my master's degree and be able to call myself a social worker. It's really going to be awesome. And I can't wait. So, hey, if you're like me and you're about to graduate, if you're about to graduate, congratulations. You made it, you got it. Go ahead, bust out them last assignments. I know I still got a few. That's probably what I should be doing right now. But I said, let me get on, because I got 30 days left. Let me go ahead and make a little video real quick. Go ahead, bust it out and finish. And if you just started your master's program, if you are thinking about going into your master's program or anything like that, even outside of just MSW, listen, it's gonna be a long road, but it is at the same time gonna go by just like that, and it's gonna be so worth it at the end of the day. It really is gonna be so worth it. So keep pushing forward. I know it's hard. I know you want to give up. I know you're tired of writing them papers, but this is what you signed up for, boo-boo. So see it through the end and finish it. And so yeah, that's all for this video. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope I gave you guys some valuable, stuff as I rambled on. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Bye.